From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is November 8th. My name is Charlie Perkins.
And my name is Owen Gorsuch. Welcome back to Xavier News.
The biggest news this week has been on everyone's minds, the elections. This week, the presidential elections occurred with Trump winning 50.9% or 295 of the electoral votes, taking home some important states such as Ohio, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. Locally, Bernie Moreno also won the Republican Party for the Senate seat in Ohio versus his competitor, Sherrod Brown. Issue 1 correspondent was also not passed in regards to gerrymandering, with the vote for no winning at 53.8% of votes. In this moment, we looked to stand together as a country and hope for the best for the entirety of the U.S. and our people.
This month of November is Native American Heritage Month, which celebrates the history, culture, and traditions of Native Americans. This month honors the contributions of Native Americans to the growth of the United States. Ceremonies are held nationwide, highlighting customs and stories. Educational programs teach Native contributions to American society, while communities host events featuring Native dance, music, and food. Throughout November, remember to spread awareness and honor for Native cultures. Stay up to date with the CDI for more information.
For all Xavier students who have already graduated, starting today, please come back on Xavier's campus for a happy reunion. This weekend will be filled with fun activities for fellow alumni to network and reminisce on how far each of you and Xavier as a community has come since they last graduated.
Tomorrow, OSI will take to Findlay Market for its next Explore Cincy event. Students will get to check out some budding small businesses from around the area, offering fresh fruits, vegetables, and other handcrafted products. The event is free, but you can still shop to your heart's content. Shuttles arrive at Corrado at 1 p.m. and will finish picking up from Findlay Market at 4 p.m. The first 30 students will receive a $10 voucher to spend on whatever they please.
Let us all take a moment to remember all who have served in the United States Armed Services. Their sacrifice and servitude for our country should not be in vain. May we all express gratitude for this upcoming Veterans Day. Xavier, consequentially, is also one of the biggest universities when it comes to supporting veterans.
Standing on top of an art gallery, this statue of a giant hand has loomed over New Zealand's capital for 5 years. The statue, named Quasi, is 16 feet tall and looks stoically upon Wellington, New Zealand. When Quasi first was placed, many residents wanted the statue gone, while others loved it. However, after 5 years, residents are still polarized with their view on the statue. According to the gallery, the statue will be relocated to a new, to-be-determined home.
Let's take a look at how students are feeling with the starting of Xavier basketball season.
Hi, my name is Raya Franklin, and your question of the week is, how many games do you think the basketball team will win this season? Hi, we're here with
Henry.
And Henry, how many games do you think the basketball team will win this season?
I'm thinking like them all.
All right, I guess we'll see. Hi, we're here with
Marguerite.
And Marguerite, how many games do you think the basketball team will win this season?
I think that they're going to win 21 games.
21 games, we'll see. Hi, we're here with
Lance.
And Lance, how many games do you think the basketball team will win this season?
14 easy.
14 easy, we'll see. And how many games do you think the basketball team will win this season?
25.
25, we'll see.
Out of 30, probably like low 20s, maybe like 22, 23, 20,
Yikes.
21.
I guess we'll see.
We're winning all 30.
All 30, baby.
All right, all 30, let's see. And how many games do you think the basketball team will win this season?
I think they got at least 20 in them.
At least 20, okay. How many games do you think the basketball team will win this season? 30! 30.
30 regular season games. I'm thinking undefeated season.
All right, we'll see. How many games do you think the basketball team will win this season?
I think you're going to win 25.
All right, 25.
So Charlie, how do you think Xavier's basketball team will fare this season?
Well, I'm not exactly well versed in the basketball atmosphere, but I think we're going undefeated despite our slow start earlier this week.
Okay.
What about
Well,
you?
I mean, I think we'll do pretty good, but I do know that no matter what happens, the pep band always wins. 1 week after the Daniel Carter Beard Bridge or the Big Mac Bridge fire in Cincinnati, there is still a lot going on with the structure. Currently, southbound Interstate 471 is still closed, and Ohio Governor Mike DeWine declared a state of emergency in Hamilton County over the situation. We are also still waiting for what caused the 40-foot flames to burst at the Sawyer Point playground that caused the bridge to catch flame. The investigation crew put barricades down and said the bridge could be closed for a long time due to the substantial damage it took. On the more positive side, the investigation crew has a robodog named Brutus assisting them with the investigation with his top dog sensors.
Speaking of dogs, Cincinnati resident Christopher Alsop has taught his dog to respond not to verbal, but to sign language commands, and has won the heart of many. Alsop, who is hard of hearing, knew he still wanted to communicate with his dog Goldie. He states that dogs can sense that he communicates differently. Goldie apparently can close doors as well as do basic commands like sitting and standing. Due to the success of his sign language commands, Christopher Alsop has also started a podcast. In the podcast, he helps others teach their own dogs to listen to sign language commands too.
Pop sensation Billie Eilish is performing at the Heritage Bank Center tonight at 7 p.m. for her Hit Me Hard and Soft The Tour, featuring popular songs such as Wildflower, Birds of a Feather, When the Party's Over, and many, many more. Tickets are still available, but they're going fast, so you don't want to miss this opportunity.
NASA's Voyager 1, a spacecraft that was tasked to tour Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune's rare alignment, lost connection to NASA. The spacecraft gained connection again through a backup radio transmitter that has been inactive since 1981. To conserve energy, the spacecraft went into a defensive mode and limited the rate of transmission data. This made the signal disappear completely again in mid-October. Luckily, the team was able to gain connection back through its old transmitter. This spacecraft made history in August 2012 as the first human object to enter interstellar space. The team is now evaluating problems and slowly learning lessons from this incident.
After former British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak resigned following the UK Conservative Party's historic loss in last July's general election, the Conservative Party has elected a new leader, Kemi Badenoch. She has now become the first black woman to lead a major political party in the UK.
Join us November 8th for the Art and Creativity Fair, from 1 to 4 on the first 2 floors of the GSC for many different crafts and activities to partake in. All forms of creativity and expression are featured, and there will be plenty of ways to get involved despite your art level confidence. Hosted by the Xavier Art Society, numerous clubs and departments have come together to create this incredible experience. Every attendee will also have the opportunity to enter raffles for a wide variety of prizes. We hope to see you there.
On to some sad news. Famous Instagram star Peanut the Squirrel was sadly euthanized on October 30th by the New York Department of Environmental Conservation. Along with Peanut, Fred the raccoon was also euthanized due to anonymous reports about the animals living with humans and having the potential to expose them to rabies. Mark Longo, owner of Peanut and Fred, had been living with the pair of fluffy creatures for over 7 years. Peanut was actually a rescue animal that Mark raised after seeing its mother get hit by a car. Support goes out to Mark during these hard times.
That's all from the news desk.
We will be right back with the weather report after this short video on Xavier's choir program created by our very own Theo Ham.
Xavier Choirs is made up of 3 choirs. There is a concert choir, which is a mixed ensemble. Then there's a treble choir, which is all soprano and alto voices. And then there's a tenor bass choir, which is all tenor bass voices. Xavier choirs are beneficial for students in many ways. First things is I think that it's most beneficial because it provides a place of community. It's a place where people can come together and experience what it's like to be a part of something. Also, studies show that singing and having music as a part of your life increases your health. My favorite thing about Xavier choirs is the transformation that occurs when people connect with the music. There are very few instances in life that allows you to be fully connected with the people you're with, and music is one of them. And that's something that, as I'm spoiled that as a conductor I get to do every day. Choir is open to anyone regardless of major, and all it takes is an email to leem36, that's my email address, leem36@xavier.edu, or you can email me at xavierchoirs@xavier.edu. And all it takes is that. We'll get your student ID number and we'll get you enrolled in choir.
Reporting for Xavier News, Johan.
All right, on Friday we're gonna have a high of 63 degrees and a low of 38 degrees, and it's gonna be sunny with a couple little clouds, so waiting for the basketball game shouldn't be that bad. And then on Saturday we're gonna have a high of 63 degrees and a low of 43 degrees, and it's gonna be cloudy for pretty much the whole day, sadly. But then on Sunday, it's gonna be a high of 64 degrees, a low of 53 degrees, and it's gonna be raining, which is sad, but you know, we need rain to help the grass grow. And then on other news involving weather, on Sunday, we have a rare November hurricane named Raphael that formed in the Cayman Islands. Its intensity grew to a highest of Category 3 as it hit Cuba on Wednesday. As soon as it left Cuba, it immediately began to weaken as it traveled to the Gulf of Mexico. But with max speeds topping at 115 miles per hour, it caused Cuba's power grid to completely crash and 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. Now, this is a rare hurricane because during the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, it's had 11 hurricanes, which is an irregular occurrence in over 170 years. Only 8 other Atlantic hurricane seasons from 1851 have produced 11 or more hurricanes. 2024 is holding a record for most hurricanes from September 25th to November 5th. Another record broken this season was the earliest hurricane to reach Category 5 status, which was Beryl in June and Milton in October. Only 5 other years since 1950 have had 2 or more Category 5 hurricanes in the same season. That's all from weather, and we'll be right back with our pop culture after some information on Xavier Theater's upcoming choreographers workshop from November 15th to the 24th.
Hi, my name is Bree from Xavier News. Each year, Xavier Theater produces a fully student-led production process called the Student Showcase. Here at Edgecliff Dance Studio, we are joined by some of our choreographers to learn more about the process.
Hi, I'm Kira Sander, and I'm a choreographer in the Choreographers Workshop in the Student Showcase. The Choreographers Workshop is a student choreographed production where each choreographer gets to teach 2 dances.
We worked with anywhere from 3 to 4 dancers, each choreographing a number that could be showcased on its own without any extravagant technical elements like you would see in a normal production. I've always had a strong connection to dance. I started dance when I was 3 years old, and then I started choreographing actually for my community theater in the 8th grade through my senior year. So when this opportunity came up, I decided to go ahead and do it because this may be what my career looks like in the future.
I grew up dancing my whole life and really had a knack for choreography, and when I found out that I had the opportunity to choreograph this year, I decided to apply. How I come up with choreography is I start with a story for each piece, and then I play the music that I chose and just get a feel of what story I'm trying to tell, see what feels good in my body and what's going to be good for the dancers I have, and if it works, I'll put it on its feet and I'll create choreography.
For me, choreographing a piece is a little different from the average choreographer. I have to connect to the music, so I often just cycle through my thousands of songs until one clicks, and once a song clicks, the choreography is there in itself. I like to do a lot of improv on my own body and to see what fits with the music before I put it on dancers.
The Xavier community should come see the Choreographers Workshop because it is a great, really incredible production put on by some really talented choreographers and dancers.
The sole focus of this production is the quality of the dance.
Tickets are on sale now.
Reporting for Xavier News, this is Bree Starkey.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Pop Culture for this week. My name is Benny Claren and joining me is
Dylan Granco.
And today we got some good things to talk about for pop culture. 2 SNL skits, Maya Rudolph as Kamala Harris and then Chappell Roan came out with their new debut song. With Chappell Roan on her new song that came live on SNL this past week, it's supposed to be subversive, hit new ground, and it's supposed to be written in good time. What'd you think about that skit, Dylan?
I really like that skit. I like Chappell Roan's style. It's really cool, and I've never seen someone else put on like a style like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've ever heard of Chappell Roan, before this SNL skit. And with Maya Rudolph as Kamala Harris, it was a great satire as we see herself talking to herself in the mirror, not knowing that the actual Kamala Harris is on the other side of the mirror. I thought that was a really cool perspective and definitely brought some good laughs. What'd you think about that skit as well?
I thought that was cool and stuff. Like, I didn't even know that was Kamala, to be honest. Like, I couldn't tell who's who.
Yeah.
Breaking news, in the rap community, artist Young Thug has been freed on 15 years of parole. He was arrested in May of 2022 for RICO charges, and he is famous for collabing with famous artists like Drake, Camila Cabello, and Travis Scott. He has hit songs known as Check, Bubbly, and Meet Me at the London. What do you think about the Young Thug being freed, and do you think he's going to make more banger songs?
I hope so. I don't know enough about his criminal charges. Let's hope he stays clean and can redeem himself with his new hits. But sounds like I need to check out Young Thug's music, at least before he went to prison.
Yeah, I got you. I'll put you on.
I appreciate that, Dylan. That's all we got from pop culture.
Let's look at the news stats and let's go to sports with Jaden.
What's up guys, I'm Jaden Reyes and you are watching your weekly sports report. Starting with the Bengals, even after an insane performance from Burrow and Chase, their defense could not hold up, losing them an insanely close Thursday night football game against the Ravens due to a failed 2-point conversion. Personally, I think this was the right option instead of kicking the extra point, but I'm just a guy that talks about sports once a week. They now move to 4-6 with their playoff hopes further diminishing. Moving to a team in the playoffs, FC Cincinnati hopes to make it out of the first round of the MLS playoffs tomorrow in Game 3 versus New York City FC. The game is at 4 p.m. in TQL Stadium. Now on to Xavier Sports. Men's basketball picked up their first win of the season against Texas Southern on Monday. They look to keep up that same energy versus IU Indianapolis tonight. You can catch the game at 6 p.m. in Cintas Center. Women's basketball picked up their first loss of the season against San Jose State on Tuesday. Hopefully, they can get their first win this Sunday against Miami, Ohio. The game is at 1 p.m. in Cintas Center. Women's soccer moves on to the Big East Championship game after defeating DePaul in the semifinals. They face UConn this Sunday to potentially secure their second title in program history. Women's volleyball travels on the road to face Villanova today and then St. John's tomorrow. With just 6 games left in the season, these matches have large implications for the team seeding in the Big East Conference. Additionally, Logan Flaw received her second straight Big East Setter of the Week award. Lastly, women's tennis is sending the duo of Elizabeth Pendergast and Emily Flowers to Georgia to participate in the ITA Sectional Championships. The event started yesterday and runs throughout the weekend. Well, that is a wrap on the Sports Report this week. Have a phenomenal day, and remember, go X!